Let's talk about Kraven the Hunter, starring Aaron Taylor Johnson and Russell Crowe, directed by J.C. Chandor from SONY Pictures. As always, this review will be spoiler-free, but if you prefer to see the film in its entirety before hearing any commentary about it, please feel free to drop a like, close this video out, then come on back and watch once you've seen the film. Of course, Kraven the Hunter is part of Sony's Spider-Man cinematic universe of films that involve characters that are linked to Spider-Man, that are part of Spider-Man's comic book mythology, but don't actually have Spider-Man in them. These films have been less than successful, to put it mildly. The most successful of them is the Venom series. Personally, I believe that Kraven the Hunter as a film is going to be one of those cases where there was a good movie in there at the start, or at least there was a good idea, a good concept, and in the process of reshoots and rewrites, that concept got lost, and the whole movie and the concept of the character got lost. Here's what's actually decent and enjoyable about this film. The action choreography, and the way that the film is actually shot, for the most part, and Taylor Johnson himself in terms of the dramatic figure that he cuts as Kraven, okay? That's just looking at him on screen. The minute he opens his mouth and he starts talking with an American accent, then you're already out the door. This is not, if you're a comic book fan, this is not the Kraven you know. And if you're just a movie fan, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense in terms of the backstory they set up for the character. Now, what do I mean in terms of rewrites and reshoots ruin this thing? Perfect example. The first 10 minutes of the film, actually about 7 minutes, the first major sequence is actually executed very, very well. You're going to see something here that's exciting, it's thrilling, it's tight, it's minimal on dialogue because it doesn't need it. It sets up an interesting character and an interesting premise. And then the movie shifts into backstory mode, and it turns into a slog. It never really recovers its momentum because it takes way too long to set up all of its characters. That's the other problem here, is that there are too many characters for an origin story about Kraven. Okay? You didn't need to establish all of these. Some of them, perhaps. Okay, I don't want to give away which ones. I want you to make up your own mind if you're going to see the film or not. Just suffice to say that this is another one of these occasions where somebody decided that we need more Spider-Man characters here. We need more Spider-Man adjacent characters or villains who have shown up in Spider-Man movies to pop up here for no good reason except that this is a Spider-Man IP film without Spider-Man in it. What are you left with after that? You're left with a film that is just at times incomprehensible. It's full of story inconsistencies, plot inconsistencies that are the result of those rewrites and things just not lining up properly. After they were set up one way, they end up being something else. You end up with a film that's bloated. It's 2 hours. This thing is way too long. It should have been about 30 minutes shorter. You could have had a tighter, leaner, meaner film that established an interesting character that maybe we want to revisit or at least want to show up in a future Spider-Man film. But that's not what we get here. We get something that, thank goodness, there's not going to be a sequel to. Kraven the Hunter is rated R for bloody violence and imagery. Keep that in mind if you're bringing younger viewers. It is in theaters on December 13th. You can find more Film Buff Unplugged reviews and videos on Substack. Just head to fbunplugged.substack.com and subscribe for free. That way you won't miss a single post. We also have a channel on YouTube. Head to youtube.com/@FilmBuffUnplugged, all one word. Please give us a like on Facebook, and if you're on TikTok, you can find my review videos and more by searching for @FelixAlbuerne Jr., all one word. Thanks for watching.